now the latest on May 24th around the wide world of tropics. Here's your tropical weather bulletin. The tropics remain quiet today around the world. No named storms are active at this time, with only the one Invest anywhere in the world, Invest 91E, which is located in the Eastern Pacific. No storms are active in the Atlantic. The next name's Barry. The hurricane season begins on June the 1st, just a week away now, just over that. Day 10 in the Eastern Pacific, where Invest 91E has a 30% chance of formation in the next 5 days, hugging the coast of Nicaragua. No storms are active in the Western Pacific or in the North Indian Ocean at this time. And in the Southern Hemisphere, it is all quiet as well, as you'd expect around now as the Southern Hemisphere winds down. So with the only feature, it's a headline tonight, Invest 91E, 25 mile an hour winds, 1008 millibars, it's at 11.8 north, 86.8 degrees west, makes it 44 miles only from Managua. The forecast over the next few days is pretty vague. No real signs that it's going to intensify or become a tropical cyclone anytime soon. The best guess from the models, which is very uncertain and could move in any direction really, but the best guess at the minute is for the trajectory to take it into the southwest Caribbean by Monday or Tuesday. The centre of the system, according to this graphic, is over land. Really makes not much difference really. Wind shear is low to moderate, 10 to 15 knots, but the real lack of convection and definitely a lack of circulation in the Invest, so that means that Cyclone Genesis is pretty much not going to happen anytime soon. 10% in the next 48 hours from the National Hurricane Center nonetheless. This is what the wide picture looks like. Look towards the left hand side there, you can see the Western Caribbean, and a lot of convection is actually on the Atlantic side, so it certainly means that the next few days are going to be interesting as we continue to watch down there to see whether anything stems from that in the Atlantic in the end of May into early June. Look at the Gulf of Mexico there, again pretty quiet. The Eastern Pacific is also quiet, out at sea, at large. Very low down there, you can see some convection flaring up from the intertropical convergence zone, but not much of note. Certainly nothing special down there. Same too in the Central Pacific. Clear skies for most of the tropical zone. In the Western Pacific, there is a very small little flare-up down there, just north of Chuuk in Micronesia. Doesn't look like it's going to become anything, it's just a small little area of interest of tropicality there. Elsewhere, extremely quiet. The Australian and South Pacific region, there is a little area there just to the northwest of northeast of Vanuatu rather, but nothing's going to come of that. And in the Indian Ocean, things also very quiet here too, apart from the general flare-ups in the centre of the ocean and some thunderstorm activity over India and Sri Lanka. Sea surface temperatures are pretty much the same as what they've been in our last few updates, around 29 degrees over the easternmost East Pacific where Invest 91E is. Over on the Atlantic side in the Caribbean, around 28 or 29 at a push. Looking on towards the Indian Ocean, very warm waters here, 30 degrees, maybe even a little bit more. So the North Indian Ocean could possibly be a breeding ground for another storm or two maybe as we enter the summer period. In the Western Pacific as well, the early season areas of interest that we look at, the Philippine Sea and the South China Sea, very warm and ripe for possible Cyclone Genesis in the future. But the only thing that we've got on the radar right now, not even a named storm, so we're sort of twiddling our thumbs here at Force 13 HQ. It's Invest 91E, which is hugging the coast of Nicaragua right now. There it is, the convection mostly displaced to the eastern side of what I would say is a centre, but it isn't. There is no centre in this system, very disorganised, and really we're just watching to see the main question, I guess, whether it ends up in the Atlantic or not. The first name of the Atlantic hurricane season already went by last week. Andrea, blink and you miss it. You might have done. But it has been and gone, trust me. Barry is the next name. Alvin's the first name in the Eastern Pacific. Say Pat is the next name in the Western Pacific. Vayu is the next name in the North Indian Ocean. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, and of course our YouTube page if you're not there already. You can also follow Force 13 on Facebook and Twitter. Just search it and hopefully you'll get there easily enough. If you would like to put forward any suggestions for the Tropical Weather Bulletin for what we should also include in our updates, we're all ears, and we'll have another update for you tomorrow. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. You can also contact me on Discord. It's Fool13 at extension 9094 and Force13 on Skype. You can also find our server link to our Discord server for Tropical Weather Chat in our description.